This conference will now be recorded.
This training's brought to you by Dynamic Enterprise Technologies, and we are going to do some training on connected business and specifically the business intelligence module. So I will make Craig the presenter so he can proceed.
Okay.
Okay, I see your screen.
Okay. Okay, so in business intelligence, we have two parts. The first one is the BI manager. Here is where we create the business intelligence from scratch. And the other one is the BI viewer, where you this is where you display the created business intelligence, the one where we in which what module you want to show the business intelligence.
So Craig, we're going to have two separate trainings. We'll do the part where we define the business intelligence first.
Yeah, I just mentioned this so that.
Perfect.
Okay. So we will this time we will focus on creating the business intelligence. Okay. So first we have to click new, and the first thing we need to do is to create the data source. Okay. So here we can see all the tables and views related to CB. So let's try to use the tables, and let's say we will show the sales orders. So by the way, the table naming convention here is first is the module name. So since we are dealing with the sales orders under customer module, so it starts with customer, and we will find the customer sales order. We will drag and drop and the detail. So it's in this part, we are just simply creating a SQL script, as you can see here below. So our our requirement to create the business intelligence is the user should have at least knowledge in scripting and the what information needed to display in the business intelligence. So this time we will show the sales. So we will join it by sales order code. Then the sales order date. Mhm. Let's say bill to country. So we will show the sales by country. Then we need the quantity ordered, quantity shipped, sales price rate, Mostly we gonna use the sales price rate because this is uh, the value we we're gonna show in the BI.
Okay.
Okay. Also, let's leave at that simple query only. Okay. So then third country, we're gonna add what do you call this? We're gonna filter it first that it should not the order should not be voided. So we're gonna find that is voided. Is void. I'll include this one too. Okay. So is voided should be criteria um equal to 0 and sales order type is equal to sales order. Let me verify this one. Mm-hmm. It's the name, customer sales order type. Oops. Okay, correct. So it's sales order. Okay. And that's it for now. So after you define your query, so all the fields that are displayed here, selected here, will be have corresponding fields here. So if say there are fields that you want to include, there are fields that you mentioned here that but you don't want it to be seen here, like say the is voided. You can just simply uncheck this one, but it's still it is included in the query. As you can see it, but it will not be yes, it
It
will not
won't
be
be
included.
shown or it won't be available to
Yes,
put in your graph.
yes, correct. Okay, so for sales price rate, if you will to take a look at this, this is under. By the way, we have in the grid we have three areas where the field we, we can drag and drop it. So it says we have a column field, the data field, and the row field. So let's say for the for the row, we will show us the country. Why is this or no data? Oh dear. Okay, let me check the query. Oh, oh, yeah. It didn't show data because we didn't drop a data here. So we will try to show the sales order code. Hmm. Oh dear. Sales order date. Oh, bill to. Oh, county. Sorry. This should be country. Country. This pop-up. Let's say you have already arranged your fields. You already drop it where they should belong. Um, this one, if you will select yes, all the previous steps you have made will be reset.
Because you're removing a column,
Yeah,
it and that's in there. It can't keep what you did, so it just needs you to start over.
yeah, but if you select no, it will just remove the field. So this time we will
Oh,
select.
okay, that's good to know.
Mhm. So we will select no. So as you can see, the county is done. We'll show it a country. Okay. So as you can see, the sales order date is showing each day, uh, also with time. So we will try to uh, format this one. Let's say we are going to make this one. We're gonna show the data in by year, month, and day.
Yeah,
So
that's a good example.
yeah, okay. So we got first, since we only have one field, and if we're gonna format this one, it will only represent one column or one field. So this is the where the expression takes place. So we're gonna add another field, an expression field. This one, expression. So we're gonna call this one year, and this should be daytime. Let's drop it first in the filter area. Expression, year, fields, date. Okay, okay. No, 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 no. Let's remove this one. Uh, let's edit this one. We don't make it that way. So sort our date. Then another expression for a month. Fields, date, okay, date time, okay. So these added fields have the same format. If you take a look at this, see, so we will use the format field. So from here, the year, we will use date, month, format type, date, oops. Then we're gonna format it. Take time to year, date here. So these are the formatting types for year.
So
So
that makes it very easy to apply for, let's say, a less experienced person to apply functions to the column
yeah,
to get what they
yes,
want.
yes. Okay. Oops, this should be month, date, month. This one, date, year. Then sales price, we're gonna put it in currency. So this would be the, so you can adjust here how many decimals you want to display. So let's just use the default one. The quantity, so we will remove the decimal. So if you can see this one show percentage sign, sometimes we need to show the percentage of some data after the computation. So if you want the data as percent, and that one should be a computed value. So you should um, use an expression and do what you need to do to compute the data so that it will make a percent. And this one is just it will only add a percent, the percent character. So we will not check
Understood.
this one.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. This one we will use a date, so further date if we need to show the. So we will remove the trailing um, time. And okay. So we're gonna show, let's say year.
What if you want to put the month and year together, like
Yeah, usual
2019 01?
yeah, usually I gonna put this one in the row area. Then the month. If you want the date, you can also add the date, something like
Oh,
that.
okay, got it.
Then let's say you want the price only. Mm, sales order. Oops. Uh, this one. Sometimes we would if we just gonna show the total. So let's say for this one, then if you want to show the if you want to change the chart, it can be shown here. Type. So let's use the pi one. That would. Hmm. So yeah, we're gonna remove the amount. Oh dear. Why is it not showing? Price, how about this one?
Yeah, I think if we maybe put only country, that would make a good pie chart.
I mean here. Yep. So it's most like it's just likely what you need for the output. So you just to take a play where the fields need to be dropped to get the desired result. So something like that. Okay. So if you don't want the graph to be shown, so you just hide it. And if you want to flip the graph and the grid, or you want to make it vertical, something like that. Okay, so then we have preference, show point labels, generate series from columns, show grant. Oh, also, when you remember when I put this one here in here, and there's no graph shown. It's because from the preference, we didn't let the total to be shown in the graph.
Okay.
So if you're gonna uncheck this one, see,
That's telling it to add up the totals of the things that can be added up.
yeah, so this one. Then um, sometimes we need to filter the data. Put it back here. So we have a filter, pre-filter. Let's say I want to show the data for the year, or let's say for the Canada country only. Country equals. So we have a filter here. So and you can add the filter by if and if the filter is you use and it should be all the values should be meet, or we can use or here. So let's say or country equals to America. So you're gonna to have to play what type of filter you're gonna need.
So what if you need uh, an and an or?
Yes, after
Can you show that? Yeah.
first, okay. You're gonna group this one, that one. So
Oh, okay, great.
mhm. So let's say
So it's going
that
to say the conditions under the or are, and then it's going to group together the ands. Is that right?
yes,
Okay, got it. Because you don't have any way to represent parentheses in here, but you just
yeah,
use the group function.
It will actually create a parenthesis after that.
Okay, great.
Say, oh, if we're gonna add more, let's say year equals 2020. Oh, it didn't create. Anyway, so just you're gonna have to take what you need and see the results if it's that what you need.
Okay.
Okay. Then if you don't want the filter, but you still want to retain it, you can just uncheck this one.
And so when you save this uh, business intelligence definition, it's going to save that uh, condition with it or not? It will?
It will save, let's say.
Okay.
Save this one. Pin it again. See.
I see.
Okay, then this one they palette, so it's more like on what the coloring of your graph or something like that, or we can select here. See. Okay.
Yeah, that's great. That's very nice.
Okay, then we have just pop-up filter. Mm, inclusive, exclusive. Look at this type. Gonna try what's inclusive. Oops, where's that one? Pop-up filter. Okay, for the summary, let's say sales price, summary type, sum, percent, volume total. So this is the and if you want to let's say change your what do you call this, the sign, like the dollar sign,
Yep.
I think it should be here in format field currency, and this one symbol, you can change
Oh, yeah.
this one,
I see that.
but normally it will use your home currency, but sometimes using there are customers who are using connected business that have multiple currency. So this one we use the default your home currency, but you can select what currency you want. Oops, what happened? Okay. Okay. Let's say you have lots of data. Let's say we'll remove this one here. We have fetch data, so let's say you're gonna get the 10 only. Um, Also, if you can to take a look at this, we say 10, but we only displayed 2. This is because it will group all the orders um, within that day, unless we add, let's say, um, customer name. So it will what do you call this? It will separate the values by customer name on that date too.
So that fetch 10 data, that's to reduce the amount of time it takes to query the data so we can work on the grids and stuff.
Um, yeah,
Is, is
it
it
will.
top 10? Is it doing like a top 10? Select top 10?
Yes, the top 10.
Okay.
What it did in here, so you already have the query in the back end. Before this one executed, it will add top 10.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Let's say start reset. It's gonna reset first. So this is the reset if you want to. You need to be careful with the reset because it will also reset your expressions. So also, if you can remember the pop-up from here, the one it asks if it will to reset or not. If you choose yes, all the expression fields you have created, it will be also gone.
Okay. Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah. Okay. Top value. I think also there's total location. Sometimes this is also important. Sometimes you have data showing like this. Uh, so see if as you can see, sometimes this won't be scrollable. Oh wait. If there are lots of, sometimes you have lots of columns added, fields added in the row area. Something like that. So add lots of one. Then something like that. So if you can see if the you can, this one always remains here. So if you want this to, if you want to scroll this one and this one is not retained, you
That's kind of like
can,
freezing it. Kind of like
yes.
freezing it. Yeah.
It's here in. Nope. This one, horizontal scrolling. So you're gonna use the control. See, like that. Okay, what's the other important one here? I think all the basics we need to do is already. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, let's talk about the report section. If you click duplicate, you're just making a copy of what you have, right?
Yes, yes.
Then
Sometimes,
go ahead.
okay, sometimes they prefer, um, let's say, country. They prepare the report separately, like instead of uh, arranging the reports every time they want a report. Sometimes they need, let's say, year, month. Okay, let's format it first. Year, date, one.
But you put the currency price as date, is that right?
Oh, my bad. This should be one. Date, month. Okay. Sometimes they they preferred to separate it. Let's say this one uh, yearly report. So they will duplicate it, then make it a monthly report. So mostly that's why they use the duplicate. Then change this one to month. But since this one is all the months of each year has been summarized, so you have to add a filter. Year. Or you can actually filter it here. Let's say remove this one, only 2020. But mostly they prefer the filter, the one in the below, not here, because it's more they can see it at glance.
You can see it at the bottom, so it's a little easier to
Yeah,
see
and
what you've got.
yes, see, then you can export it. The this one for the export, um, you need to print options. Um, this print options is I think it's also the the export is
It's going to respect these
Yeah.
options.
Yes. Yes. Merge print headers. Yeah, I think this one. Let's try to uncheck this one. So exclude the chart. Export Excel. Uh, this time. Okay. Then let's try to include a chart. Okay. Yep.
Now, what it created was just a graphic, right? It's not going to be an interactive
Let's
Excel sheet, right?
yeah. Let's say let's make it. How should let's try this one. See.
Okay, very good. Okay, so I want to I think you showed us how all the toolbars work and what they're for. I'd like to try making a few different kinds of graphs. So let's make a pie chart that shows the sales by country.
By country, then we're gonna remove this.
Okay, so let's look at the one we have is limited to Canada, and it is sales by month, right?
Yes.
So let's turn this into a bar chart.
Okay, par. Bar 3D.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's kind of hard to read, but yeah, I see. How about a bar without being 3D? Now, what are you doing? Zooming on it? What did
Yeah.
you do to make it bigger?
Just scroll your mouse, point the mouse
Oh, okay.
pointer in the graph. I think we have bar here that is not 3D. Oh, found it.
Okay, got it. Very nice.
It should. Okay, found you.
And then you added the United States onto
Yes.
it,
Yes.
and now every month has two bars, right? Two sets of
Should
bars.
be. Yes,
Yeah,
should
but
be.
there's not much going on in the
Uh,
United States, so that's why I
let's
didn't
try.
show much. But
Let's try this one. Let's see.
yeah, okay, very cool. And then yeah, let's make a pie chart that shows sales by country.
Pi.
But we don't want the month in there.
Oh, but what? What?
We
Sorry.
want the country and and the grand totals. The country and the
It's
totals.
Canada.
We don't want grand total in there.
We
Oh, I guess we
moving
don't want it in the bar chart, but yeah, we might want to total to display uh, outside of the bar chart.
Preference. Exclude the grand total. Show grand total. Okay, like
Okay,
that.
yeah. So it's almost all Canada, and there's a very tiny
Yeah.
amount of United States.
I think we have
Um, how about
3D
the
price.
like the state? Try it. Maybe we can put the state field in there instead of the country. Uh,
We will have to include it the
yeah,
bill to state.
I think that might give a better looking bar chart.
We're gonna
Yeah,
remove the country.
remove the country. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So most of our sales were in. So those numbers are very tiny. What are those percentages of out of 100? 0.0945. Is
Let's
that
say
mean it's
maybe
what's that? Yeah, how would we change it to show let's say
the
percentage
value.
like
The
51%, 51.03% is the blue and 49% is the red.
hmm. Okay, let's try this one. Percent some percent.
I'm thinking it's like it's formatting that number to
Yeah,
be a percent instead of just a number.
percent of column total. Percent of column grand total. Percent. Let's try this one. Oops, it's not. Hmm. Actually, I didn't this the
You
one
don't know the
you
answer to that right now. That's okay.
yeah
We can
I
figure that out later.
never yeah.
So we've seen a pie chart and a bar chart. Are there any other types of charts that you think are kind of commonly used by customers in your experience? Any other different types of charts you want to demonstrate?
Um Mostly back state state
Hello, man.
bill to state. Okay. Um Usually they use this one, the bar one,
Yep.
and the line one.
Okay. That's what we're looking at here, right? The line one.
Yeah, the sample. That's the sample in the.
Okay. So yeah, we'll play around with some of those other chart types and get to know them a little bit better.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. This one, the the import one.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about import and export.
Okay. Let's say um you have there's another customer, you know that, and you have this type of report, this type of BI you have created, and you want to share it.
Right.
So you're gonna export its layout. So let's try to export it. Says monthly report. Okay. So then the one who receives it, he gonna import it.
So it just made an XML file with the whole lot of properties in there that is the full design of the report. Is that right? Full design of
Yes.
the business intelligence. Okay.
Yes. And also, you maybe want to hide the other fields here if you're gonna try to share the to if you want to integrate this one to other modules, and the user, you don't want them to there are some fields you don't need them to see. You can hide them once. So field list, then you can drag them there. Let's say sales order code. You don't need this one. This one, order status, something like that. So you can hide some fields, but still it's included in the query.
Okay. And what's the underlying technology behind this graphing? Is it DevExpress or something else?
Um, yes, this is DevExpress, and this one is another. This is another third party.
The query
Okay.
builder is something
Yes,
else,
query builder. Yes, yes,
and then the graphs come from DevExpress.
yes.
Okay. And Donna, did you have anything else you wanted to talk about during this BI manager training? Anything else? Any questions you think we need to ask before we stop the recording?
Um, the thing that I wanted to ask is those issue from the customer
Okay,
concern.
well, we'll ask that
Okay.
separately.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and stop this recording, and then we'll.
Also, please
Oh,
take notice of this one active, because
sure.
if you're gonna share this one to other modules, you will not be able to locate this BI if you inactive this one.
Okay. And I'm thinking about modules. When a customer is running this and they're in like the customer module, then they're in the inventory module. How do you specify which module this is going to show up in?
Okay. Do we continue, or you need a separate recording for that?
Yeah. Okay. I'll make a separate recording for that. So I'll go ahead and stop this one.
Okay.
This conference will now be recorded.
This training is brought to you by Dynamic Enterprise Technologies, and we're going to be training on connected business and the business intelligence module for the end user. So I will make Craig the presenter so he can proceed. And now Craig should be asking you now to show your screen. We see it. But we don't hear you, Craig. We see your screen.
Hello. Sorry,
Now we
I
hear
was
you.
muted. Okay.
Very good.
So we're gonna continue where we left off. This time we're gonna share this created BI on the other modules. So first, we're gonna make sure it is active. Then the name, it's the code is 004 monthly report. So first, make sure you have a access to the user roles. So and where we gonna share this BI. So let's say we will still use the administrator. Then we share it to the customer module. Then from here, as you can see here, these are the shared BI. So we're gonna add a new one. Right click from here on this line, new business intelligence.
Those are the currently shared business intelligence, those little icons.
Yes.
Okay, I never knew that. Well, that's good to know.
Okay. Monthly report. Okay. Save and close. So you need to click this one to make sure that it's the currently selected one. Then right click on it, assign business intelligence.
Okay.
Then find the one you have created.
So that first
Uh,
step was kind of making an empty shell. And the
yes,
second step, you actually put something in there.
yes. Okay, that's it. Save, save and close. Then we will go to customer module, open the BI viewer. Monthly report pala. Home. So the other users can now view your created BI, but they cannot change the data source of this BI. They can do whatever it is like, but they can also duplicate it. Let's say you have, let's say you forgot to share the yearly report and they found that there's a year field here, they can duplicate it. Yearly report.
So if they duplicate it, does that add another report onto the list
Yes.
of reports that they have?
Yes.
And then does that stick? In other words, is that always there from now on?
Yeah. Gonna show it here. See?
Okay. And then if they decide to get rid of it, they can right mouse click and delete it.
Unfortunately, there's no delete here.
So once they duplicate it, they're stuck with it forever.
But I think we can delete it via, let's go back here. This one.
So when they duplicated it, does it make another BI that everybody in that role can see? Or is it only for them? Only for their login?
I think it's only for them. Let's verify it. We will have another user, admin, say this. Go this.
It's asking you if you want to add it to the connected business contact list, and you can say no.
Then we have the product rights. Okay, then let's go to customer PI viewer. Yep, you can see it.
So did that change the role? Did it actually put another little icon in that role?
See, we have in the same role. So if you're gonna change the role of test user, he should be able to see it. Okay, let's gonna change the role.
Yeah, let's go back to did that user you created, was it administrator?
Yes.
Okay,
My
can
bad.
you go into the administrator role and let's see if there's a little icon there?
Let's change. Oh, I can't change it. I need the other user to change this one. This. So let's say user. Let's verify there's a customer module. Yes, there is. He shouldn't be able to see it.
So it did add it to the role that
Yeah.
that user was on. Okay, that's good to know.
Okay. So let's try to go back to admin. Wait. If he have a mode system PI, forgot. Oh, it's because he's admin. Because as you can see here, there's no BI because only the administrator can see all the BI created.
Right.
But here, he can, since he can also duplicate, let's say sales by country, I'm gonna duplicate this one. Sales by country 2. So if you're gonna go back to BI, should be able to see the one he duplicated. Then he can change also the data source of it.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I think that's it for the how we should share the BI to other modules by
Okay,
rule.
all right. Let me go ahead and stop the recording.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, Craig, you were going to give us some additional tips.
Okay, yes, for additional tips, for the one who gonna create the BI from scratch, uh, if you see that the data source you're gonna need for the BI you want to create will consist of multiple tables, it's better to create a view from it so that you can take advantage of what the SQL can provide, like indexing of the table, so that it will perform faster when querying the data.
Okay, yeah,
So
I was going to ask if there was any advantages to using views over making your own queries in here, and you're saying it's better to make views if you can, if you're a developer, but if you're the end
yes,
user, you're going to be using this.
if you're end user, you can still create a view if you have the
Yeah, if you have the
uh,
rights.
yes, the rule. Oh, there's no rule here. If you have the access in the data dictionary, so you can create from there.
Yep,
Yeah.
I have a separate training video on how to do that. So
Okay, so that's it for that.
okay,
Uh,
very good.
and
Uh,
also, as mentioned earlier in the other training, if you're gonna want to find, if you're not so familiar with the tables in the back end, you just take a look at the naming convention on it. All tables that related to customer should start to customer. All related tables that um, related to supplier will start with supplier, and so on.
okay, perfect. Okay, thank you so much. I'll stop this video, stop the recording.